Hi everyone, I'm Nigel and this is a video of my first bikepacking trip. As you can see, it's dark, misty, doing its best to rain, but I'm off to cycle to Ireland and visit some friends and family for a week. Apologies about the timestamp on the bottom left. It's actually, the date's correct, it's actually the 6th of March, but the timestamp is out. It's 6 AM, not 8 AM. Today's going to be a bit of a short day, roughly 20 miles in total. It's all on roads and there's a mix of hills, well, one big hill, as I need to cycle from Haworth to Hebden Bridge station and get over the tops of Oxenhope Moor, which is about 1,300 feet. Then it's a train to Holyhead, and when I arrive in Dublin it's roughly a 10-mile ride west through the city to get to a friend's house where I'll be staying the night. I've given it plenty of time this morning, as I can normally make this route in 40 to 50 minutes. I've commuted it a number of times, but with the bike heavily loaded I want to make sure I've got a bit of extra time and make sure there's no problems. I guess it's time to hit the road. The weather conditions are lovely. It's just hit the uphill of the day, and it's about to learn my first bikepacking lesson. The handlebars been putting a bit of pressure on the front mud guard, which is then rubbing slightly on the wheels. I can hear it. It's creating a bit of friction, so I need to fix that. So the lesson is always test ride a fully loaded bike before you actually set off on the trip, and you've got some timelines and deadlines to worry about. It took about 5 minutes to fix the handlebar bag, which wasn't too bad, and then the rest of the climb was, as you'd anticipate, fully loaded bike. It was brutal, so it was lovely to get to the top about 40 minutes later, and yeah, at least get some open road. The sun was starting to come up, bit of daylight, and yeah, enjoy the downhill to the Hebden Bridge. It was good to arrive in Hebden Bridge, bit of a cold downhill, so I need to warm up a little bit. And yeah, good to be arriving on time for the train. Took over about an hour to get over the tops, a lot longer than usual, but yeah, made it. So on to the next stage of the journey. I appreciate the camera is very blurry from the rain, apologies about that, but Hebden Bridge and Haworth are both stunning Victorian architecture and towns, well worth a visit if you do get a chance. And the route I cycled down, I appreciate you won't have seen much of it in the dark and with the rain, but that's featured on that road, the A6033. It's featured in the Tour de Yorkshire 2 or 3 times in both directions, and it's also been in the Tour de France as well. So it's the views when the weather is better is absolutely amazing down that road. cold and wet start, it was lovely to get sat on the train, have a bit of a rest. The sun came out in Wales, which is lovely. Some nice views. Once again, really good crossing on the Ulysses, Irish ferries. Really good, nice, calm day. Then arrived in Dublin and finally got to saw Holyhead. Well, I've just arrived in Dublin and this is Dublin Port. Time to get the bike ready and head down the quays in through Dublin. Plus I've commuted to a lot when I was at university in Dublin, which is good. So I know my way around. It'll be interesting to see how the cycling infrastructure is developed in the last few years. So yeah. In Dublin, it's changed so much since I was there at university. It's almost unrecognisable. I remember getting a train from Newbridge to Euston Station, which we'll see in a few minutes, and then getting the bus up the quays, etc. But yeah, I think the amount of space that they're given to bicycles and stuff is great. I'm really impressed. Who said Canadians and Americans don't have a sense of humour? You won't have heard it on the tape, but this guy was asking me if I was cycling hard enough, given he's managing to pass me, but I've got a fully loaded bike with all the panniers and everything else. So anyway, nice to have a bit of banter on the journey. this is a good tip for everyone. Whenever I pull up at traffic lights with cars, and if the cars are going left and I'm going straight, I make a point of saying hello to them, waving and just pointing out which way I'm going. Keeps everybody safer, establishes a kind of a human connection with the driver as well. They're normally really happy to do it, so yeah, make the most of that tip. I also make a point of saying thank you and big thumbs up to the driver as well. That's it.
You're right, dude. I hope you're well. Made it. You did? Come inside. I have the gate open for you. Okay. You alright? Alright, dude. Good to see you. Good to see you. How you doing? Alright. Probably not too sweaty, but no. I got this message and everything. So, yeah.